All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm joined with DJ Oracle. Again, this is our second podcast. We're going to do just a quick little overview of some of the strategy that we're planning on using for the second showdown. This is the Winter Showdown. It's happening starting tomorrow, so less than 7 hours from when this podcast should be uploaded. And it's going to be running for 3 days. As well, we would like to touch on a little bit more on the voucher system and a bit on the Crow to voucher conversion rate. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the unbinding and wallet change services that are available, not very well known. So if you do need to make use of these services, we just want to touch on it. There's been some discussion in the Discord recently about it, and we just want to bring it to everybody's attention as to what the services and really what the cost is. Best probably just to avoid having to use it though. Anyway, so thank you, DJ. Did you want to do a quick little shout out?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for coming back. Excuse me. This is second episode. This is DJ Oracle. Um, again joining Arwink for this good conversation of this great game, Main City. And yeah, there's right now the clock. It's I think about 7 hours and 30 minutes into the next competition mode. So it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for us. We're both. I'm not the top player, right, by any means, but I don't do too terribly when it comes to the competitions. And I know you've been putting in some pretty good work and usually getting into the near top 50s usually, right? So I think it's a good opportunity for us to, sit down, talk a little bit about our strategies, and I think we both play fairly similar. So do you want to lead us off? I know most of the viewers, if they wanted to watch my actual strategy, for the most part, I did try to put it up as a tutorial, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more here.
Yeah, everybody should definitely go and check out that video. That's a great video, very thorough. Um,
Yeah, with some really lucky
so yeah, everybody
blueprint
should.
drops.
Yeah, it was a great tutorial with some great exciting blueprints. Made the videos,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we pretty similar because I think we're kind of like on the similar range of the diamond generation, which is kind of like what drives strategy, kind of like the main thing. That's what makes us or helps us to choose what kind of businesses we need. Like I was saying on the last comp, I did get the Apex Tower, but it was very helpful at the beginning to start moving those businesses up with gold income. But it was pretty hard to maintain as we need more businesses to keep prestiging up. So there's more diamonds that that are eating up by other businesses. So that was a good learning experience for a 3-day weekend. And now I know that I definitely would not do it for any long competition. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to that level 10 gold blueprint. That's gonna be that was pretty exciting
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
last competition mode.
No, that's very cool having the level 10 be gold blueprint instead of having to push for level 20. So, that's a big change I think with the competitions that, I still really haven't been able to fully wrap my head around when it comes to planning my strategy. But now it's sort of like instead of just pushing to 5 like I used to get the blueprints, it's still now it's worth it to push to 10 and see what you can get for that gold blueprint, right? If you get a decent business, it can be your lead business for when you're doing your income generation. Now, speaking on that,
Yeah, correct.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say also that even if it's not, even if it's like something like an Apex, it could be a good sell also.
Yeah,
If you have access to the market.
no, exactly, and that's where binding your wallet to your actual main city account, your crypto.com account wallet or whatever, opposed to your CD or your CDC DeFi, or now they call it on chain wallet. So there's two differences there, which we can get into in the next little part. But yeah, like this, I guess, comes down to like you're saying with the diamond generation, right? I think I'm at about, I think it's a little over 5.5 with no bonuses or anything. 5.5 million. So at the start, might be closer to 6 now. But with that,
At the start of the competition.
yeah, I think that's sort of where I'm sitting
Yeah, with
at.
other bonuses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't think I think I'm around the same time, at around the same rate. So yeah, that's why our play styles are pretty similar. I think I start off around the same. I think I maybe start off a little lower. I'm not sure, but
Maybe I noticed your normal mode's got, I think, an extra, well, depending on whether Void's leading or trailing, right? I think you're sitting at
oh
maybe
yeah.
about 0.4 million more than me, so about
Let's see where
400,000.
we are.
Um,
Hey, how come? Let me see. I thought I was gonna have to reload my. So right now we're lagging. The void is lagging, so yeah, I get that little bonus. So right now I'm normal mode. I'm at 6.67 with that, like with the lagging bonus.
oh, okay, 6.67. That's not too. Yeah,
Yeah.
so okay, so I'm a little bit higher than you. I'm at I think with leading bonus I'm at 7.07. Um but I am a
Mhm.
little bit higher on the normal rank, right, for leaderboard than what you are.
Yeah.
So I mean I get that extra two in the top 250, I think it is. I'm not quite
Oh,
in.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I get that extra little bonus. Not quite in the top 50, so not quite to the next bonus, but maybe we could talk about that in another video. Anyway,
And
so
it kind of goes back to actually what we said in the last episode. Remember, we mentioned in the last episode that in this game, every percentage counts.
oh, it
And so
definitely
we're seeing
does.
that right now. Even the leaderboard percentage helps. So that's I remember when I was trying to get to the 500s, used to get that bonus. And when I finally made it, I was so happy.
Yep. No, I remember that back in one of the blitzes. I remember talking to Lynn. He was saying like, buy the arids, right? And he was pushing to like get to like the 22nd or something. Like it was a ridiculous amount of arids, and I was like, dude, you're saving so many diamonds just to buy these arids. I'm probably just going to use them to prestige and get into the top 500, right? Which I think was the
Yeah,
better
yeah.
choice. I'd rather buy the NFTs now at this point, just because the Arids past like 15. I mean, really, I guess the 16th and 17th are kind of worth it. But once you start getting NFTs, it's not really. They have like next to no diamond generation for you. But I'm here for the long term, so over the next couple years, definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah, and the thing about the Arids too is that they help for the competition. They help to be, they carry on those bonuses to the competition modes. But it comes to a point where you do have to make decisions. For me, the next one, I think the last one I paid 1 point something billion diamonds. The next one is asking for 10 AA of gold and 2.46 billion diamonds and 160 vouchers.
Okay, so
Which the
you
vouchers,
bought
is
one.
good, but
Yeah, you bought one Arid more than I did because I'm on that 10.09 and it's what is it, 10x income or something like that. So I didn't quite.
yeah, the reason why I bought it. Sorry. The reason why I bought it is because it was during the last 4 week competition. So I let those diamonds accumulate for pretty much 4 weeks. So it
Okay, yeah,
was too tempting not to, I guess.
yeah. No, I the last one that I had, I think I got I ended up putting most of those diamonds into my main motors to get that up to prestige for me. But yeah, so anyways,
Yeah,
let's
I
get
don't.
back a little bit to the strategy. So, for
Oh yeah.
myself with my diamond generation, right? With these short ones, it's, really the basis of the competition is a race to the next prestige, right? And that's what people need to remember is that sure, there's, nice buildings to have, like the Apex is a nice business if you can, afford it, but with the diamond costs as well as like the amount of gold, like they do they're hogs, right? They take a lot of diamonds, they take a lot of gold, and typically they'll be the last business for you to pull up to to the next prestige. But once you do, it's producing so much gold that everything else is just going to be no problem, right? But that's where with these short ones, I don't really see a benefit in even carrying an epic, right? You don't get to a high enough prestige that the decay on the business's income really comes into effect. So it's much better just to stick with your rares, even uncommons. A lot of times I just run 2 uncommon businesses, whatever I get from the drops, and the rest are just commons, and just do those to get my prestiges up.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the chart right now, and it says that the Apex Tower, it takes a total of 36.66 million diamonds to prestige, like where you're going, taking it from zero all the way to the last, to the prestige up, and
That's over
before you have
5 hours for me. That's over 5 hours of diamond generation.
Yeah, so and then that could have been like, instead of getting that could have been like a 300 booster or something, a little like a different strategy, right? Like those are diamonds that could, I
That
mean,
exactly. Then
yeah,
you could
we have
put
to be
on
very
a
careful.
right, because like usually what I like to do is if I get lucky and get a decent Felix. I mean, I find Felixes are a great business for these shorter competitions because they're not as expensive. I believe they're like 19 million to prestige, and they still do produce a good amount of gold income, right? So being able just to have one of those and run it, we're looking at a little bit, we're looking at almost 15, or was it 17 million less diamonds, right? And that's easily
Yeah, it's 19.89 millions for the Phoenix, the Felix Phoenix.
yeah. So like
So yeah,
that's
almost half a little.
yeah, and that's a gold booster. Plus that's almost 2 gold boosters, right? That you could have that running at
Yeah,
2x, or yeah, like 200% income generation for 12 hours. Like that's crazy, right? Compared to trying to pull forward an apex.
yeah, yeah. It's a rare, but it's the only rare that it's not a single rare, right? Because the Leo and Co, it's a one square rare,
Yes.
and then the Lion's Den is also a one square.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the only 3 square. It's really a different business, right? Being a 3 square
Oh,
business.
that's right. I thought it was four. Wait, no, it is four, no?
Nope, it's a 3 square.
Oh, no, 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 no. I have it, dude. I have it in my in front of me, my mainline, and my mainland. Yeah, three. Oh, and the one I have on my mainland on the normal mode, I have a 4-star Cineplex.
Oh, nice.
Just flexing a little.
I only got a 3.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah,
that's good.
uh, better than nothing. It gives you a little extra gold, but once you get to the higher prestiges, it does drop off quick. But I still think it's good for like if you're only planning to get to like prestige 50 or 60 over a competition, right? That's ridiculously high for anybody that's playing free to play, or even somebody that's only got a couple NFTs. Like that's a high prestige. That's most people won't even hit that in this next month long competition, right? So
Yeah.
like I think Felixes are a pretty good business. Now that being said, would I rather have a Felix over a Museo de Leon? I would probably take the 2 space Museo, but they're less common to get dropped. So
Yeah. I think that's like the most one of the most sought out
sought after for
after
sure.
businesses. Yeah.
That and the
They go fast
resorts.
in the market. They go fast in the market.
Oh yeah, if you get one of those drop, right at the start, maybe just put that on the market.
You would, yeah, you won't have a problem selling it.
Exactly, especially if it's like a high quality one. It's like gone. Yeah,
But
so
then again, yeah, it goes back to the strategy. Like, do you want to sell it and like lock up some crow, or do you want to use it and make sure like helps you to move up the leaderboard?
yeah,
Decisions.
precisely right. So I guess like if if you're somebody that's just starting out and you're looking at like 1 or 2 million sort of diamond generation, right? In between that 1 and 2 million per hour, you're probably not even looking at carrying a Felix. Like, you know, that's just still too much diamond requirements. So you'd almost be looking at something like just running some commons and hoping you get lucky and get yourself a resort. That would be your optimum. You could always also try to use some of the uncommons, which are the blue ones. Maybe get yourself a Pride Records. I believe a Quality 8 is in order. But
Right? That's a good project. That's
yeah,
work
um,
in progress.
hey, I'm impressed. I didn't think I'd be seeing those numbers that quick, but that's pretty cool that you're working on one. But yeah, that would be
Right?
my suggestion, right? Run a couple uncommons, or even just one uncommon and the rest commons if you're in between that 1 and 2 million diamonds. Once you get to that 3 or 4, that's when you could start thinking about, your rares. If you get a lucky epic drop for a museo, you might be able to carry that because it's like 13, I think it is 13 million diamonds or something to prestige
The
it.
museum. Let me see. Museum. Where are you? Here you are. 14.90 million.
Okay, so almost 15 million, which I mean is
That's
it's
a
still,
great price.
but it's still doable, right? If you're at 3 million diamonds, so that's 5 hours, right? To be able to get enough diamonds to prestige that one up, and that's not unheard of. I mean, it usually takes me 6 or 7 hours really. I don't buy any diamonds at the start. I don't buy any businesses. I just play with what my hand is dealt, and it usually takes me about 6-ish, maybe 7-ish hours to even really get close to being working on first prestige. Um, I don't know about
Yeah.
yourself.
No, yeah, it's the same. At the beginning, of course, it seems like the diamonds at the beginning of the competitions, it seems like the diamonds are stacking up really fast because we don't need them. We need the gold at the beginning.
Yeah,
So it is true at the beginning of the comp, you see the diamonds stack up, and but then as the prestige goes up, then we start needing a few more, some more diamonds.
yeah, exactly. And that's almost where you get, like, if you can get enough diamond generation to be able to get a booster, by yourself. Like, I usually like to go for the gold one, at least until I know that it's like, on the other competitions, they've got the 10x versus the 2x days. So I'll sometimes buy some lightning boosters for those 10x days. But
Hmm.
otherwise, I just try to stick with gold or the purple pink one or whatever, the 24 hour.
The Sakura.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Sakura.
Sakura's at 24 hours. Yeah, I don't remember the names right now because I'm in front of it. So I'm in front of the game, so I got the cheat code.
Yeah, there you go. I just didn't want to butcher the name. I was like Sakura, I don't know, something.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't. You say I like the way you say the Museo de Leon. I'm like, man, I need to catch that accent right there, saying them right.
yeah.
But
Well, try to appreciate the language, right?
yeah, exactly. That's perfect, bro. Like, yeah, like, they put their thought into the names, right, to make sure they stand out. So we should put that into consideration. Get the main city lingo going.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Like, do you have any other ideas around what you think
Yeah,
somebody
around
should run?
strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to also mention to the players, the new players, or anybody in particular, another part of the strategy of not having comments. If you are to try to get for some reason all on comments, um, if you get attacked with the veil of venom, it doesn't matter if they attack you. It won't affect you because that only affects common businesses. So
Very
that's
true.
something to also kind of keep in mind.
And that's one very crucial thing is that you do not want to be running all commons, right? Sure, it makes it, you might think, oh, I'm going to climb the prestige, no problem, right? I'm just going to sit here and just use all cool cats and gyms or whatever, right? But, yeah, you're going to be sorely mistaken once somebody hits you with a really powerful veil of venom and you're zero income. So running other common out or other rarity businesses is really crucial. Now that just comes down to your diamond generation to figure out which rarity you should be running, and also the duration of the competition I think needs to be considered. These 3 days, I mean, I think the last 3 day I didn't even get up to 10, like prestige 10. So like, there's no business decay on your income. Just run whatever you think you can get prestiged up as fast as possible.
Yeah, in this short competitions, I think I believe in my experience, the way I think, I believe that I could be a little more generous with my diamond spending. Just because I know it's gonna be over soon, and wherever I push as hard as I can. But when it's gonna come for the 4 week or even a 2 week, I definitely do. I definitely would take more into consideration my budget as far as diamonds.
Yeah, for sure, right? And I even noticed in that last blitz when they started switching up the 10x days versus the 2x days, and I noticed a lot of people, would end up like climbing up the leaderboards, whether it was through purchases or whatnot. But I did struggle to, implement my original plan of like, you know, be able just to boost and be able to climb a little bit more. Um,
Mhm.
I found that maybe I should have been focusing a lot more a couple of days or even the day before to really climb my prestige as quick as possible, and then focus on maybe just the Sakura, the 24-hour booster, and just sort of ride my initial prestige bump up. But that may be a different strategy when we get into talking about longer competitions, maybe prior to the Great War.
Yeah, another strategy I think that we should mention, it's the Savannah Bandit attack,
Yeah.
because there seems to be the most misunderstood attack. When somebody lands an attack and they say, well, how come it says my enemy is not going to lose any gold? And they don't realize that they might even have a blockchain, so they don't have any businesses next to an obstacle, or they have a strategy where they're moving their business away from an obstacle. But that doesn't take away your own bonus. If you landed the attack, any businesses that the player has next to an obstacle is going to get those bonuses. So
Yeah.
if they see zero, when sometimes they land it, they see zero, maybe because you have your business away from an obstacle. So we got to make sure we move it next to an obstacle to start getting the Savannah. Because if you go to your avatar level and you click on that eye, you know where it tells you like total bonus.
Yep.
Yeah, if you go right there, it is gonna show that you're getting the attack because you're getting it right there on the percentage. But it's not gonna be applied to your business because if you don't have your business next to an obstacle, so I just wanted to make sure that people understand that attack.
Yeah, no, that's I've noticed some people with a bit of confusion around it as well, right? And that's the one thing I kind of want to stress is that all attacks, it does not matter what the decrease of gold is against your opponent. All it matters is about the percentage because that percentage gets applied to your businesses with the same attributes that it applies to your opponent's businesses, right? So if they're bordering obstacles and you hit them with the Savannah Bandit, then everything that's bordering your obstacles on your land will now be boosted because of Savannah Bandit. And calling out that eye is a good thing, but if you also look on the business, right? So if you click on the business and you see the percentage right beside your gold income, if you hover over that, it'll also tell you everything that's affecting your business, including the boosters, attacks that it's being hit by, any defenses that are helping boost it, as well as the attacks that are boosting it that you've sent out.
Yeah, that's a great tool to use. Yeah, because it shows everything that's active on that business.
Exactly. That's usually where I go. I don't really check the eye too much on but unless I'm looking at my tool percentages, that's usually where I find those. One last thing
Okay,
I
yeah, I
kind
never look at the eye at all, pretty much, like hardly ever, because anything that's already equipped, it's already equipped. And whenever I make sure that my NFTs attacks are equipped, is when I send the attack. And that's another thing that I put on my videos. That's a little pro tip. is that when we send the attacks, let me try to simulate it right now so that I can see. So let's go to ourselves, and when we click on a person and let's say I wanted to sell the Veil of Venom right now, on the description it says blast your foe city with a deadly wave of noxious gas and render the rank and file immobile. And then it gives a percentage from this percentage to this percentage, which is in red. So that percentage is gonna tell you what's equipped. So it's pretty. That's a good red flag to see if your percentage is lower than you usually hit. So I know mine. It's the top is 140. So if I see that it's less than 140, then I know one of my weapons is not equipped. That's a
Yeah,
little side tip.
yeah. When you called that out in the video, I was like, I need to start looking at that. Because typically, what I end up doing is, um, I'm just lazy and I just unequip everything and equip everything. Right, so I'll unequip all of my tools when I'm about to
Mhm.
attack, equip all of my weapons, go and attack, then unequip all of them, equip all of my defense, put my defenses up, unequip all of my armor, and then go back to my tools and equip everything. So it's a
Yeah. See, I don't. And yeah, that's the best strategy if you have enough backpacks. Because
well,
you
and I
know it
don't
will
even
make
have
sure that.
enough backpack space for all my tools. I got so many random tools that well, when we were getting the airdrops and stuff,
Mhm.
I've actually just started sending them to my girlfriend's wallet, but story for another time, I suppose. Trying to get her to play. um,
Shout out to her.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even
So what I do, because I don't have enough backpacks, this is my strategy. So because the attacks that I use the most are the first three attacks, the most cost effective, I guess,
yeah, I
the
hardly
least
ever use
expensive,
aerial
let's just say.
bombardment.
Yeah. So what I do is I always make sure that those three weapons are all equipped on my end. So I make sure that so I don't have any of the duffel bags equipped or nothing that has for the diamonds either. So I'm able to equip all of them. So I'm always ready to attack with those. Whenever I need to, let's say, switch from one of those attacks to, let's say, now I want to do the kingpins. What I
Yep.
do is I unequip my capsules because they take a good amount of space. Um, the viral capsules that takes 4 spaces. So by the time I equip 7 of them, and maybe like 2 time bombs, then I'm able to equip everything else for whether it's like one attack at a time.
Okay.
So I know it's a little probably like more frustrating, but at least if I do equipped all and non-equipped all, I have to make sure that all the right tools for that attack are equipped because it equips at random, right?
Yeah, no, it does. That's where, it would be really nice if they allowed us to make something like a kit, right? This is the kit I
Yes,
want.
sir.
And I know I've seen that in the Discord a few times, but
Yes, sir. That'll be like equipped all malware weapons, equipped all,
yeah, exactly.
the same.
Everything that
Yeah,
affects
like
this attack, or even if it's just a
or the
preset,
defense.
right? You go through and you make your own preset sort of tool bag, your preset weapon bag, right? That you already have, because you might have more weapons than you actually need. I mean, I know I have way more launchers than I
Yeah.
need to equip, right? I keep getting
Yeah,
those
so
air.
like a custom.
That's all I ever get airdropped is the launchers and the fans, the turbines.
No
Okay.
time bombs?
Uh, I've got
No time bombs yet?
one, and I got a few lucky drops. I'm not gonna lie, but one thing I do want to mention, the last thing, sort of maybe for strategy, at least for me, is I do like
Uh-huh.
to save the daily roar closer to the reset time, right? Now I do this because it gives me an opportunity to get my businesses to as high of a prestige as possible, and that means then if I do get a gold roll, then I'm going to get a higher gold roll from the daily roar. So I like to sort of save it and see how high I can actually get to be able to try and get as much gold. Now you're not guaranteed a gold roll, but it's just sort of a strategy I do try to employ.
Yeah, that's a great one too, because I remember on the last weekend, there was a new player that was like, "Oh yeah, I was telling them like, oh, also because it was like live, like in real time, and I was like, also, yeah, save some of your daily rolls, use them throughout the day." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll wait for the next one because I just rolled the ball out." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're. That's a great, great, great tip for competitions. Like, save them throughout. Like, at least what I do is I save them like throughout the day. But yeah, I try to use the very last ones closer to the end of the reset
Hmm.
because yeah, you said it perfectly. The amount of gold that we're generating is going to be higher, so the percentage of gold that it gives us a reward is going to be higher.
Yeah, exactly. And if you got a booster or something, put it on while you're doing your rolls, just in case, right? If you get that 3 gold coin and you got a couple boosters on some of your main businesses there, I mean, you're going to be laughing. You might, it's good, easy money for you to spend on your prestige.
Yeah, it also like if you're at it, like if you're low on diamonds, but you really badly need like an attack or a defense, or you might get or a booster. Like sometimes they save one for like, come on, Daily Bro, like you're my scratcher. Let me win the lottery for today.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
sometimes it works. Sometimes I do get that booster that I'm looking for or a little attack or defense. So
Oh, nothing
yeah.
better than getting an attack or like lightning booster. Oh man, yeah, gold booster. Those are beautiful prizes. 10 million diamonds. Hell yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yes, sir.
Right on. Yeah, so I guess I don't really have much in the way of suggestions on when it comes to buying businesses. I don't typically purchase from the market very often. Actually, I don't think I've ever bought from the market during a competition. Maybe once, but typically I just like to play with whatever I get from the blueprints. Did you have
Yeah,
any
same
last?
here. No, yeah, same here. I just figured my investment in NFTs and tools and everything, I already paid for that, so let me just play and see where I land on that. So I share the sentiment.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, I guess wishing you guys all good luck then on the Winter Showdown. So that's really all I think that we've got for strategy. So yeah,
Hmm.
maybe right now we can move over and we're going to talk a little bit about the auction system that was what we thought was going to be implemented and tested this competition, as well as the vouchers again. I know we talked a little bit about it last time, but I think we maybe got some more information that we'd, or at least more thoughts on it that we'd like to discuss. So yeah, we're going to discuss a little bit then about, I think, the auctions. I thought we were going to be testing it, right? This is what this showdown was going to be for, but it really doesn't seem like they've implemented anything. So unless they surprise us with a sneaky update tomorrow, I think really again we're just testing the voucher system.
Yeah, I really thought they were gonna do it also before the next Great War, and these weekends would have been the perfect time. And you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced right before. All right, guys, we got the action going. Enjoy,
Yeah,
play around.
exactly. Yeah, completely new. But yeah, I mean that would be kind of cool. But
Yeah,
for me,
all new features are always welcome. But yeah, I really thought they were gonna implement that, but they haven't. So yeah, the voucher conversion's still on, huh?
yeah, and I threw in the Discord there. So, so there was some discussion again around this 20% tax, right? And so I thought about it a bit more, and I'm not by any means trying to justify the developers for this greedy tax that they put on it, but I had this thought that perhaps the reason why they put this 20% conversion tax on vouchers, with vouchers now being a mandatory requirement to be able to interact with the market, if somebody does sell a business, you know, for under market value, and then has their friend transfer them the crow, right straight to their DeFi wallet. The thing that this is doing is mitigating that 15% tax that the developers have, put on all sales within the market. Now, to me, maybe this 20% is an extra 5% penalty now because you've decided to sell for cheap, get the crow transferred to you to DeFi, And now, if you're going to bring that crow back into the game for vouchers to be able to purchase more businesses, they're punishing you by an extra 5% because you're trying to cheat the system by skirting their 5 or 15% sales tax. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. um, and I think once we see auctions actually implemented, where if you go and you put up a business for 1 crow for your friend to buy instantly, well, they can't do that anymore, right? Or they won't be able to once it's implemented. And it's going to go up for, I believe, auction for an hour, if it's deemed as a something that's, or maybe I don't know, if it's going to be an hour, but it's definitely going to be some sort of length of time to at least give everybody an opportunity to bid on it. And then with that bidding, at least then that just that almost finds the fair market value, right? Everybody had a half an hour opportunity to say, hey, I'll pay you 30 crow for your resort, and somebody else might say, oh, I'll give you 45, and you know we'll bid it up, right? And I think it'll help, because that's going to be then any sales through that, it's going to give 15% sales tax.
Yeah, and I think that'll make for a more competitive market also.
I think
But it's
so.
a yeah, it's a interesting idea that you bring out because yeah, like nobody wants to get cut out. Like the middleman is always wants to be the middleman,
Oh,
and
exactly.
so yeah, both like don't avoid me and also like don't do like private, sales. The only thing with the vouchers is that there's no on-chain activity as far as vouchers, so we can't really see who spent what or where. So that's where you said it exactly. The auction would kind of solve that problem because everybody has the same time and opportunity to ask, put a bid for that business, and if somebody really wants it, they might spend some good money and even more maybe than what the seller was even trying to even imagine it would sell for. So it's going to
Right.
be a very interesting feature, definitely.
Yeah, I think it could even work to the advantage, right? Especially for newer players, they look at the market and they see a 2-star resort and it's listed at the start of the market for 120 crow or something, right? And they go, well, I just opened up a 3-star. I wonder, what's it worth? And they don't, you know, if you logistically think about it, it's like, well, it's worth two stars plus what is it, an 85% chance. So
Yeah,
chances
yeah,
are,
yeah. For
chances are
somebody,
you should at
yeah,
least be asking like 250 crow for it, right?
that would be me with that scenario. Yeah, I suck at the market, so yeah, I would probably sell
Yeah.
too cheap, and then the action would prevent me from selling that cheap, right?
Right, exactly. So, at least then if you put it up on auction, right, and you accidentally put it, or you put it at the price you thought it was supposed to be at, right?
Hmm.
You listed it, you see one that's 120 crow, you don't fully understand the quality, you put it up for 200 crow. Well, it's supposed to be worth 280, right? Somebody's going to come in and be like, well, I'll take it for 200. And, with that hour, if it's an hour auction, somebody else might come in and go, well, no, I'm good for 220. I'm 250, 280, 300. Next thing you know, you're at 350, and you just made almost double the amount that you're going to sell it for.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
I
that's
think
a
it,
uh-huh. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Cool. Oh, I was just gonna say, I think it could be an advantage for newer players because they don't understand the market as well as some of the people like yourself and myself that have been watching the markets, playing the main city competitions, since the rise of the Golden City.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And another thing to think about the auction, it's time reset. Because somebody says, okay, the time should be resetted again after a new bid, so that everybody else can get a chance to it. But if it gets to that, this is a game where by the time you wait too long, your business is too old already because everybody's prestige you out already. So I think that maybe not resetting the time, or if it resets, maybe reset it by a very minimum, maybe a minute or two, because it's a competition mode. Like the time counts too. So I
Yeah,
understand why people would want it to like, oh, but it's not an NFT auction where you have all the time in the world until somebody outbids you. It's a competition, so I don't think the time should be reset it automatically after a new bid. And if it does, very very few seconds, not you know.
yeah. Well, and that's why I wonder, right? Like if you put it up and it's like, I think maybe a good number would be 10 minutes, maybe 15, right? If it's an hour, it's sort of already getting outdated, right? Um, but that's where it's sort of that it's 15 minutes. I mean, you can watch it right to the end, but it's either that or you just put in your bid right at the start. If you want that business and
Or
Buddy's got it listed for 200 and you say, "Nah, I want it for 450." You just put in 450 and nobody's going to outbid you and you win, right? You got it
yeah,
within the next 5 or 10 minutes. So,
yeah. So I think the best way will probably be that the timer to end the auction should start after the first bid is placed. Then the timer kicks in.
yeah,
But-
I mean,
Right.
I would just say as soon as it's listed, right? As soon as it's listed, it's like a 15-minute timer and
What if
then
nobody
everybody
bids?
then it just gets put up on the market for that price, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. They did say something like that. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. You're right.
Yeah, so that's sort of, and I just, there's got to be a balance between the duration of the auction, right? Because, like you said, you put up a Prestige 1 as the first person with a Prestige 1, right? And you want to sell it just to get some crow out of this, right? And, it's an hour auction. Well, within that hour, you're going to have 5 or 6 other people that have already hit Prestige 1 and they're starting to list stuff too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So there's
yeah,
definitely going to be a fine line there where it's like it's not too long, but it's also long enough to allow people the opportunity to A, see it, and B, place their bid, right?
yeah.
Within reason. So, but
Ah,
yeah, I don't
exciting
know.
times. I mean,
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they implement it. That's for sure.
yeah, I'm excited to test it out.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so that's sort of like my thoughts around that 20% conversion fee. I hope once the auctions are implemented, especially for normal mode, like that just sucks. Like losing 20% of your crow up front just to purchase vouchers to be able to buy businesses in the game, right? Like I mentioned last time, it's like you're basically staking your crow and automatically losing 20% because it takes you a week to get the crow back out of the game. So I
Yeah,
just I just think that this is sort of a temporary measure, I hope, and
yeah,
that
no, I agree
once
with you.
auctions, yeah. So we'll see. Once auctions are released, fingers crossed, it's a
Mhm.
1-to-1
Yeah,
or
I
one
think
to
I
one
think they
thousand.
I think they will change it eventually. I think right now it's just again everything is kind of like hard fixes at times. But I think I wish I guess maybe I hope that they will change it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think, like I said there, the 1-to-1. I mean, even going back to listing a business, maybe somebody accidentally, like what Papa Bigfoot did, put put the wrong price on. This auction might help save him a little bit of headache. Won't get the price maybe he wanted, but at least it won't be scooped up by somebody sniping it for a super cheap price. So yeah, I could see some benefits to the auction, and
Yeah, that's a
I
great
hope.
example because yeah, Papa was one of the first ones that got he pulled a good business,
Yeah, it was like a
and
four
he
star
was
Felix,
excited
right?
yeah. What was it?
It was either a 3 or a 4 star Felix,
Yeah,
which is
and
major. Like I was saying earlier, right? I like running Felixes, especially for these short comps.
yeah, yeah. So putting missing that zero or two zeros, it's what Especially when we're excited, we're in the rush where the blood is running and the adrenaline is running, and you just pull this awesome business and like it's a roller coaster. So with the auction, it would have definitely prevented that. So shout out to Papa Bigfoot. I hope you pulled a great one and you sell it again and you that the universe, loves you back the way you love the universe.
Yeah, exactly. May Lord Apex bless you.
There you go.
But
Nice.
yeah, so that's sort of one of the gripes though with this 1 to 1,000. You miss a couple zeros, and next thing you know, you're selling businesses too cheap. So hopefully we see something, as they move forward with these auction systems and stuff. Maybe, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the fix. I hope so.
A little quick hack for now. It's whatever curl price you think it is. Make sure you add three zeros after it. If you think it's worth 300, make sure you put 300 and add your three zeros to make it 300,000. If you think it's worth 20 curl, add your three zeros because it's 1,000 vouchers for one curl. So make sure you add your three zeros at the end of your price.
Yeah, and I guess speaking on that, at least they don't. The thing is, you can't post for any lower than 1,000, right? Right now, whether they change that in the future or not, I don't know. But
They
right
better
now,
not.
you. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
actually, I
wouldn't.
don't know. I would want to maybe get a blueprint for half a curl.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the auction system and if you can remove it from auction if you've messed up. you know, I wonder. I don't know. Is this
Not
like a
the bids are gonna
bug?
start coming, so either way, they're gonna outbid each other. No?
Yeah, that's it. So the auctions will hopefully save you some headache there.
Yeah. So
Speaking of
looking forward
headaches,
to that
though,
feature.
yeah, exactly. But speaking of headaches, I mean, there's been some disgruntled people when it came to binding a account with your crypto.com account. Um, so I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, DJ. I'm pretty sure I saw you had posted a video how to bind your wallet or your crypto.com account to your main city wallet. I know I have a video up, so there's definitely resources out there to understand how this whole mechanic works. But I know there was some discussion around if you bind your wallet or if you bind your account to the wrong wallet, there is the opportunity, albeit expensive, to reverse said permanent action.
Yes,
Right?
yes. So there was yeah, so that yeah, definitely shout out to the content creators, our wing in the Oracle. We did put some videos on the binding process because they kept saying and they stressed it, you can't not unbind it. And even after you click on it, it gives you the warning to make sure you can't not unbind it. Granted that this person seemed like super new to the game. Um
Yeah, maybe a
and
Cappy. Somebody
she
came
was
over from Capybara.
yeah, one of those new referrals, and they're all welcome. That's why we're doing all these videos and podcasts to make sure that there's enough information out there to make good decisions. And it seemed like he had the issue of the login with the DeFi wallet not showing up. And again, there's instructions for all that. It's happened to many people, and many people are able to follow the instructions and get things right. But it looks
Exactly.
like this
Use
person jumped the
MetaMask.
gun. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. There's the MetaMask little trick to get in with your crypto.com DeFi wallet. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to elaborate some more,
Yeah,
you
and
could.
so this person was like just saying like no, it's just wrong, it's wrong. And so the CMs they're like, okay, let me pass it on to the team. And the team came back with the reply. And they're like, okay, we can unbind it for you, but it's gonna cost you 1,000 crore because the team has to stop what they're doing to deal with your issue, make sure it's done well and all that, and then keep going. So again, we all know, time is money, and he just kept saying there was a well, I
Yeah,
mean, I guess he didn't like it, and maybe if I was in his shoes, I probably wouldn't have either. But at least out of that issue, now we have information that it is possible to unbind
exactly.
at a cost.
And that cost is 1,000 crow.
And
It's
that's
steep,
the topic.
especially as crow keeps going up. It's a steep cost. But that's where when I was reading through what he was saying, or they were saying, they logged in and everything was gone. all their businesses, everything that they had put towards the game previously was gone, right? And then
Uh-huh.
it sounded like they went and they connected their crypto.com account to this account thinking it was going to fix it,
Mm-hmm.
right? It didn't
Yep.
fix it. Then they went and they clicked the bind button, right? And it's just like, I think if you log into the game and you do not see your businesses, you did not log into the game. Okay, it's plain and simple. You did not log into your version of the game, right? So there's two major ways to log in. There's your DeFi wallet, right? MetaMask, or your crypto.com on chain, which is what it's called now. Those are your two DeFi wallets you can sign in with. Make sure you sign in with the same wallet every single time. The second option that you do have there is to sign in with an email. Now, going to the rewards up in the top corner, right, where you can put in the referral and your email to get 1,000,000 diamonds for the referral and 500,000 for your email, that does not link an email to your account. So you cannot sign into the main city instance that you have on your DeFi with your email ever. It will not happen. I mean, it maybe will happen one day, but it is not how it's happening right now. You always need to sign in with your DeFi wallet if you signed in originally with your DeFi wallet. And that is my suggestion, is to use a DeFi wallet. Aside from that, if you sign in and everything's gone, signing in with your crypto.com account's not going to fix it, right? You've clearly signed in the wrong account, so you'll have to figure that out. And please do not bind your account to try and fix things. It's sad. I feel for this guy. I mean, 1,000 crow, I would not want to be paying the developers 1,000 crow right now to go and unbind my wallet from my crypto.com account.
Yeah, definitely not. That was a lesson for all of us. But you said it perfectly. If you've never used your email, like don't start now. There's obviously something wrong with the wallet, so go to the Discord and there's help. They're very helpful with all the issues that with Main City. With Main City, all the
Yeah.
CMs are very helpful. So just and I would say that for the whole overall Web3 gaming and the whole blockchain technology, don't do anything just out of like reaction. Don't click on links you don't know. Don't sign. Don't give. Never give your seed phrase to anybody. So this is technology that we have to be really careful for. So I think you said it
This is
perfectly.
real
If you've
money.
always used a wallet, keep using your wallet.
Exactly. And this is real money, right? Like, you're playing with real money. You're investing in these games. These businesses are actual money. Like, this is an actual asset that you can sell to somebody else. So, you wouldn't, well, I mean, that's not a good example. A lot of people will go and spend a lot of money and not have an idea of what they're buying. I mean,
Yeah,
drunken
it's
Black
called
Friday
Black
shopping.
Friday.
Right? But um, it is what it is, right? But you don't want to be doing. You want to try to be making sound decisions when it comes to doing this type of stuff. So, definitely double check, triple check, and if things still don't look right, make sure you check with the Discord. They'll try to help you out as best as they can, right?
Yeah, and make sure you read everything before you act on anything. I think that's since we since we were kids, most of us like the test at the top is like before you start, make sure we read, and then everybody gets things wrong. Why? Because you didn't read the instructions.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
reading is very important.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, nobody likes to read the terms and services, but I mean, you're not reading extensive stuff here. It's pretty short little blurbs on confirmation screens. So,
Mhm.
last thing I wanted just to talk about, and it's related to the unbinding. I know, I think it might have been like 6 or so months ago. There was talk in the Discord as well. I forget who it was, so can't really name drop, but there was somebody that had linked their cold wallet to the game. and they had the devs go into the back end, likely probably 1,000 crow fee as well, to be able to change the wallet that's linked to their crypto doc or to their main city, right? So this is actually being able to change the DeFi wallet that you sign into your city with, right? So it is possible to also change that, as far as I'm aware. Um, but again,
And yeah,
it's not.
that's an interesting. Yeah, right. Yeah, everything has a cost. um,
Yeah, yeah. If
but
it's not the 15% sales tax, it's the 20% conversion fee.
yeah, no, these devs are trying to squeeze the lemons.
Well, hey, if it brings a stability to the game, and it
Yeah,
survives.
and it's true. I mean, it is a job. It is working. I mean, there's things that, granted, it's part of the ongoing things, and I don't know. I guess we would have to be in their shoes to find out what it is. But that's also interesting about wallets because I didn't know, and I don't know exactly how everything works, but I do have a ledger, and I didn't know if I could like send my NFTs to the ledger. But then there's also a lot of prices that come from crypto.com that they ask for the NFTs to be in the crypto.com wallet for snapshots and stuff. So I know a lot of people have to send their NFTs back and forth from wallet to wallet. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
everybody
a
be
reason
careful
why
out there.
I don't. I have a few. I mean, honestly, it's mostly just the prizes that get airdropped from winning, like the competition prizes, like for Blitz.
Mhm.
Which, that being said, there is no NFT prizes for the showdowns, guys. So sorry to burst your bubble, but it is testing features, and these were not scheduled competitions. So to have a $5,000 prize pool is, I think, pretty nice. But yeah, I
Yeah,
only
get your
have pretty much.
vouchers.
Yeah,
Get your
exactly.
vouchers,
Hey, free
guys. No
vouchers minus
NFTs.
the with no 20% conversion rate.
That's right. You get
So hey,
one
why
one
not?
for one.
Yeah, exactly. But those are the only ones I have. Like, I keep my loaded lines on my CDC profile, so you can look me up if you really wanted to see what I own. But all my lands, everything for the most part, backpacks, all that jazz, they're all on my Crypto.com account. Um, just
Yeah, so we
just
do
for
have similar
convenience.
styles. I'm the same.
Yeah,
All
and
my NFTs on my DeFi, it's only because they got airdropped.
I mean, I might move my main PFP one. Well, it's not the one on screen. It's actually, that's the meme one of my main PFP. But my main loaded lion, I might move it to DeFi because I never plan to sell it. I
Mm.
mean, it's not like anybody's going to make an offer on it, anyways. I think I got it set to like $1 million is the minimum offer. So I might sell it for that if somebody did come in and was like, "Hey, I'll give you $1 million." All right, sounds good. I'll retire.
Huh.
Give me that cash. But yeah, I think for the most part, leaving them on crypto.com's, centralized platform, uh, they're associated with the game. If crypto.com goes down, the game's going down, and everything's worthless at that point.
Yeah, and they're very invested in marketing. So I think that's and I just heard that somewhere now in one of I don't know if you ever listened to Lex Friedman podcast. I think that's his name. Somebody said that one of the most things that makes a business successful, it's marketing. Yeah, the services and this and that, but I mean, look at Temu. Nobody knew what Temu is, and everybody now complains about their products. But all of a sudden, everybody was buying from Temu for a while, and that's just the
Right? Hey,
marketing.
those Facebook ads, right? Or
Yeah, all over
wherever. It's just,
TikTok.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. You get
Yes,
that marketing, and people get aware of you, and good to
and I think
go.
Crypto.com has a great marketing. They're in sports, which is very like, male oriented. Top top dog. Apex, the words that they use, like they know what they're doing. They're appealing
Yeah,
to
they're
the
apex
to the
predators, just like the
yeah,
lion.
yeah, to the brave, because fortune favors the brave. We don't need no weak links over here.
No, exactly. Hey, that's why I'm so bullish on it, and I mean, just to get some speculation, I guess, since we're basically at the end here, I don't think we've got really much else to say game related, so maybe we could just talk a bit crypto.com, but their stadium, the crypto.com arena, they will be hosting the 2028 Olympics. So something to think about when it comes to marketing. That's
Mhm.
a big marketing event. They're fairly worldwide, and 2028 will be, this is the bull cycle going into 2025. We'll probably see a bear around 2027, and
Mhm.
leading up to the 2028 Olympics, 2029, or I guess 2028 election cycle as well. We'll be getting back into that next bull cycle. Lots of eyes on the Crypto.com stadium when it comes to the Olympics.
Yeah,
Just
exciting
just
times
my two
ahead.
cents. Just my two
Yeah,
cents.
no, no, that's actually that's a great point of view because you put in consideration the cycles, and depending on everybody's strategy, if you don't take profits, that's unrealized profits. But somebody like me that I don't really sell, then when it goes down, that bull market, that's buying opportunities for me. So everybody, do your own research and enjoy this new transfer of knowledge and wealth that it's happening with the crypto space.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's a bright future I see, at least ahead for Crypto.com. Hey, they weathered the FTX collapse and the bear market, the crypto winter. That it's funny to look at back at the charts, right? And you see that Bitcoin, was at like an all-time low, right? 15,000 US dollars right around this time of year last year, right? And here
Yeah,
we are breaking 100,000 now.
yeah, and I was just thinking about that today. Like, I remember probably at the beginning of the year, people talking about 100,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 K Bitcoin. It's gonna be go to 100,000, and it seemed like like an outlandish number. Like you said, I think it was like somewhere in the 17s, and then you see things like ETFs and little things like that, and it's like, all right, like I tell my family, like people tell me, is it too late to buy Bitcoin because everybody's talking about it? And I was like, well, you know what? I started at the top of the bull run, and I can tell you, it's never too late to buy Bitcoin. And if
No,
for that matter, it's never too late to buy Chronos. Buy some all the Crow you can get.
that's it. I'm still trying to convince my family. Hey, I got my sister to sign up, so
There you go. One
convince her
believer.
with those Spotify benefits.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pushing her to try and get the $700 Canadian for the first card. So, thing that people
Oh,
don't understand with that, right, is they think, oh, I pay $700 for the card. And it's like, no, you basically, it's like a GIC. You're locking up these coins to get a percentage of interest on them. You still have those coins. That money's still there, and then you just get access to the card, which gives you for 6 months 100% cash back on Spotify. Um,
mhm. Yeah, they have a lot of great benefits, and they have so many that it's good to read on them because they have so many benefits. Crypto.com. So yeah, I'm very bullish on Crypto.com.
yeah, and I know I'm super excited about seeing what we get with the monks. I know that's your repping. You got an OG monk there, right?
Yeah, this is a Gen 1 monk.
Nice,
I just
nice.
love this guy, and I won it in a raffle. And thanks to this little guy, I got into the monks, and I was able to get more of those Gen 2. So I have 10 of the Gen 2, so I can get a custom monk.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think I got two customs coming my way. Gonna
Ooh,
get one for my
nice.
girlfriend and one for myself. Then I did actually. I just picked up, since the floor dipped a little bit there. I picked up enough to be eligible for the first tier of royalties on the Gen ones. A little late. I mean, they've already paid out quite a bit of the royalties, but at least I can say I own over five of them now.
Yeah, that's right. Things in the crypto space. I'm realizing a lot is about engagement. There's a lot of rewards happening here and there. Um, it's just getting with the communities. So yeah, I'm excited for the monk business. Bring it
Me
on.
too. I know you got enough business or blueprints to be able to hopefully get one. So,
Right? If you don't want your blueprints, I'll buy them for a crow. or 1,000
Well,
voucher.
as soon as you said that today, I went and I looked at the market to see what blueprints were, and I was like, 3 crow. I bought a bunch back when they were a crow as well. But then you had you had the transaction fees. So now without having transaction fees on the blockchain, just using vouchers saves you a bit, right? I mean, it's like you what is it usually like 0.3 crow or something to
Yeah.
transact on the so
Yeah, and what?
you know
So after three blueprints, that's a whole new crow, huh?
yeah, that's a free
That's
blueprint that you didn't get.
yeah. So
But
yeah, I paid I paid 1.3 or 1.5, I think, at times for because it was something I think it was like 0.5 for a transaction fee when things were hot and transactions fees were high.
no, I know I was sending so like I said, now that they've done the snapshot, right, for the custom monks, like I'm trying to get my girlfriend into DeFi, so I sent her some monks so that she could start collecting royalties as well. And it was 1 crow, 1.01 crow per cent. I was like, holy man, these transaction fees, what the heck?
Right?
That's 30 cents Canadian. So like, oh well, whatever.
But yeah, but I think they did have an update. No, I know that they did have an update because you're right. It went from like 0.5 crore to like point 0.3 or 0.28 at times. So after that upgrade that they did, so again, it
Yeah, and
goes
it
with
all
the
depends on
early
the
adopter.
traffic.
Uh-huh.
It's all with the traffic too, right? If it's a congested network, you're paying a bit more, and I could
Yeah,
probably have waited and found a better time to do it, but I just was like, I don't care. What's 1 crow?
yeah. I'll pay for the fun of the transaction. Just seeing the transactions go through, and I get excited just like seeing transactions go through on Web3. Like I feel like I'm learning, like I'm doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, it's Wild West, right? It's all stuff that nobody even thought about like 5 years ago, NFTs and all this type of stuff, and that's the one thing I find that's kind of cool about them, right? Like, they're like a membership to a community, right? You put that as your
Yeah.
PFP, and it's true ownership. You're the one that owns it, right? And it's your entrance fee, I guess, to the community. So brings you in, and I'm excited for this exclusive monk business. Sounds like they got some really cool features, 100% under wraps that I don't even have an idea of what it could be, but I mean, I'd love to speculate. But it's definitely going to be different than normal businesses, and I hope that it is exclusive to the monks. I don't want to see other people being able to use it unless you have a monk NFT. And I mean, a little
Right.
selfish, but
No, or they could buy it for twice the price.
yeah,
Everything's for sale, somebody said.
or maybe a little speculation, but maybe hey, you use their meme coin nuts to interact with the business, and if you don't own a monk, you pay twice the fees or
There
something.
you
I don't
go.
know.
Yeah, that would be good.
Who knows? I mean, they are making a raffle system, right? So maybe it's going to be something with that. I don't know. Who knows, right? I just hope that it's out before the new year because I want to play with it and I want to upgrade one.
Yeah, there you go. Right on time for Christmas. I want to
Yeah,
unwrap a monk business.
yeah, exactly. Hey, just even if it's a free one for Christmas, come on.
Be festive.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. We didn't do anything for Thanksgiving. There was nothing for Halloween. At least give us Christmas. But
Yep,
all
yeah.
right.
All
I think
right.
that's about it. So thank you. I mean, anybody that actually made it all the way. This is, I know we were trying to make it a little shorter, but we get talking. So much stuff to talk about. You can tell we're fairly passionate about Main City, and yeah. So thank you for making it to the end if you did, and we'll try to get another one out maybe next week after we both tried some new tactics and whatnot inside this showdown, and yeah, we'll just update the community on what's going on. Hopefully we'll have an idea of when auctions are going to hit, and yeah, so thanks for watching. You want to shoot a little outro there?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, thank you everybody to that made it to the end of this great conversation. Always nice talking. Main City. It's a great time. Always talking with Arwink. And yeah, follow us. Make sure you follow us for the next one. You get all the information here. If you have any questions, any comments, anything that you would like us to talk about, please drop it in the comments. Follow us on Discord, on X. Yeah, we'll make another one. We'll make another video most likely after the competition, so we can talk about our experience and anything else that comes up from now to then. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for the
hey,
support.
exactly. It's an ever evolving game and lots of stuff to talk about.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
All
having
right.
us, Arwin. Thank you for hosting as always, and thank you for keeping things moving smoothly.
Oh, hey, I mean, it's two to tango, right? So thank you very much for taking the time as well. And yeah, like DJ said, Discord's there. We're both in there every once in a while, usually daily. Not all the time, but definitely checking in daily when I can. And yeah, we're there to help answer questions. So drop them down in the comments below if you have them. And if not, best of luck in the competition.
Yes, yes, it's coming soon. Best of luck to everybody.
Yeah, what do we got? Like 6 hours?
Probably three. We'll be talking for hours now. Let me see.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
We have 6 hours and 21 minutes.
There we go. All right. Well, by the time this video's up, hopefully it's 5 hours and we're good to go. But I need to get some sleep. So yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye everybody. Peace.